Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, with room for an 18th banner. The second most decorated volleyball program in state history, a school with long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of success and championships. The Lady Rebels now take the court, carrying that legacy proudly. This is Rich Volleyball. And now, here is your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson.
Rich Rebel fans, welcome again. If you are joining us on 98.3 The Wildlife or on mylocalradio.com with live coverage here, we are in Richfield, Utah at the Sevier Center as your Rich Rebels will be taking on the North Sevier Wolves here as part of the bronze bracket here. Earlier today, they were dropped in 3 sets by the Braves, the Rich Rebels were, and now they're here playing for the third place trophy here in the bronze tournament. They're going to be taking on the North Sevier Wolves, whom they played yesterday and won in 2 sets. It was kind of a little bit closer as the Wolves went on a little bit of a run in the first set, but then the Lady Rebels able to take care of business, handle things in a very professional fashion, and this will be a rematch from yesterday. This is Cody Olson joining you, and we're going to go ahead into the Town of Randolph pregame show, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board member Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Peart. We're going to hear from them. Let's take a quick second, and the teams are getting ready to head out onto the court. We will be very abbreviated as the last time these two teams met. The Rich Rebels taking care of business in 2 sets in this Richfield tournament. Let's go ahead, take a quick Town of Randolph break here, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're going to dip into our live camera as opening serve is just moments away. Brought to you by Pam Cornea of Town & Country Realty. We're going to go into this first set. Brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County residents for generations. Taylor McKee back to serve for the Rich Rebels as they're about ready to take on the North Sevier Wolves. Opening serve here, taken by McKee. Up and over, it will be taken on the back line there by North Sevier. And a clearance. Up in the air, McKee will set up high and outside to the right for Lamborn. Lamborn will put it across, easily dug up there by the Wolves. After a slap at the 10-foot line from the left side of the court, over to the right side, back corner, Annie Peart attempting to dive, but it will fall down onto the Rich side. North Sevier will strike first with the first points of this first set. Service straight to Annie Peart, and then in the middle, McKee will go to Darlene Peterson. Peterson will go ahead and slap it, but it will go out the back line. Climbed the ladder on the right side there, and it went across the court and a little bit too far. It's going to be 2-1 for the Wolves. 2-0 for the Wolves. Service back to Annie Peart. McKee is going to go right back here, but this is to Huffaker. Huffaker is going to find that sweet spot right smack dab in the middle of the defense at the 10-foot line, and we're going to get a diving attempt by a Wolf, but it will go out of bounds, and then Rich will find its first points of the game. Brittany Lamborn, across the tape it goes, off the top of the forearms there, and out of bounds. quickly back in the game. 2-2, you're reading Lamborn. Again at the back line of the Wolves. Here comes a setup high and outside to the left. Good read and a diving dig by McKee. A setup to the right for Violet Taylor. That will hit the back right corner. Great placement for the sophomore as she's able to knock it down and read the defense very well. Just getting right behind Trey Torgerson. There we go. And a service error from Brittany Lamborn out the back line, a little bit too hard. Torgerson has a twin, Callie, on the team as well. Here comes Callie. Callie sends it over to Violet Taylor. In the middle, McKee will set up Huffaker. Off the fingertips and dug up on the back line by the Wolves. Here comes an attack on the left. That is going to be a block, and it's going to go down onto the Rich side, right on Darlene Peterson. Your reading is going to be 4-3 in favor Here they go. Service again. Taken there by Annie Peart on the back line. Back set from McKee to Darlene Peterson. That's going to go too far, out of bounds again, and the Wolves are going to be up 5-3. Right past Mason Swayze. There we go. Torgerson puts it into the net for a service error, and that will put us at 4-5. Huffaker's going to come out, and Mackenzie Smith will come in for the Rich Rebels. She will take over serving duties, as always, in that rotation that Coach Lamborn likes very much. Service, shaving the top of the tape and kept alive and sent over. McKee keeps it up. Darlene Peterson sending it in the middle for Annie Peart. Annie sends it right at Torgerson on the back left corner, but this time the Wolves will attack. The Wolves put it right at Annie Peterson and Annie Peart and Darlene Peterson, and that will go down onto the Rich side. 6-4 as the Wolves are in the lead. Service there taken by Lamborn, smack dab in the middle. McKee will go out and to the right for Violet Taylor, trying to get it over the front line but dug up. Cross court and attack from the 10-foot line, out of bounds. Goes an attack there. That's Gracie Johnson sending it out the back line and giving points to Rich. 5-6. Grohl has come in and replaced Darlene Peterson, and she will take over serving duties. Here comes Grohl. Grohl sends it over to the back right corner, dug up there by the Wolves. Here comes an attack. They're kind of on top of each other, stacking and in the way of each other. McKee back set for Annie Peart on the back left, on the side, on the left. Here comes an attack from the Wolves, and it's dug up by Grohl, and then McKee will cross set there for Violet Taylor. Violet, soft touch off of the front row. And they're going to call Violet Taylor into the net. And the points will go to the Wolves, and they will be up by 2 in this first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Service right at Mackenzie Smith, and then Grohl has to put it back into play and cleared over by Smith on the third touch. Torgerson goes over to her sister, and then that was going to be an over return on a set by Torgerson. Check that. That was Swayze. Here we go. 6-7. Violet Taylor sends that one up and over. Here comes a setup on the right side for the Sevier Wolves. That's going to go right into the net and down as that attack there from Gracie Johnson just a little bit short. Here's Violet Taylor again. Right on the back line, a little miscommunication, but kept alive. Here's a battle at the net. It's going to go right to the back right corner, and an over return from Mackenzie Smith is going to allow Torgerson and her sister, as well as Swayze, to work together in a trio and put it over and dunk it back onto the Rich side. They're going to go up 8-7. Johnson, service error into the net. We've seen a few of those today, and if the Rich Rebels are able to clean up most of those service errors, they're able to really put some damage and get their best foot forward out here. Annie Peart back for the Rich Rebels. We are tied 8-8 currently. No score on the set department numbers here on the Station on Main scoreboard, and that will be a Crawford Trough ace as that ball took on a life of its own, and it's going to go right off of the forearms and out the back line, right off of Cameron Pierce. Crawford Trough ace, and here comes Annie again, this time dug up, and to the left comes the Sevier Wolves. Right at Violet Taylor she goes, and then the ball will go up in the air and cleared over by Lamborn. In the middle, Torgerson setting up Swayze. Swayze again slapping it over. Violet Taylor on the back line sends it to McKee, and then Huffaker puts a laser beam at the back line. Kept alive there by the Wolves. Great work from each of these teams. Annie Peart, and then on the third touch, Dixie Huffaker just clears that one up and over. An attack on the left side from the Wolves. That will go and touch the back line and in for a kill. 9-9. You're reading there. Here is Torgerson. McKee in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker puts it down, and it will go right off of the forearms on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Pierce. Pierce trying to dig that thing up, but not able to do so in time as that ball was coming in quite quickly. The Rebels are up 10-9. McKee with another Crawford Trough ace. This time it will go off of the middle defender there for the Wolves. That's Kendall Brazel. Here we go. Service taken well by the Wolves. It's going to go back up to the tape and slapped over the 10-foot line by Pierce. McKee high and outside to the right for Lamborn. It will go off of her and then into the block and out of bounds for points to the Rich Rebels. 12-9 you're reading. McKee up and over, and that will be a Crawford Trough ace. Again, these serves coming by the Rich Rebels seem to have some serious knuckleball mentality as those, I'm watching them straight on, and they kind of like sway back and forth throughout the serve. Here comes another serve, this time out the back line. We're at 13-10 if you're following us here on mylocalradio.com. In the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Torgerson sends it over right to Annie Peart, and then McKee to the right for Darlene Peterson. Put back onto the Rich side and then sent up in the air back to the Wolves. In the middle, Dixie Huffaker puts her hands up and gets a piece of that, and then gets a setup from McKee and back over to the Wolves. Here they go as points. That ball will go into the net and fall onto the North Sevier side. We've got a 14-10 score on the Station on the Main scoreboard currently. Brittany Lamborn. Cross court and received by the North Sevier Wolves. And then in the middle, 3 Rich Rebels attempt to block, and then McKee to Argyle on the right side. Dug up there, and here comes an attack off of 3 players, and then a clearance there by the Wolves. That's going to be the 4th touch, though, as the Rich Rebels on a Darlene Peterson kind of tip right over top of the tape is going to hit off of 3 people, and then a 4th one, a little too much. Lamborn sends it to the back line. The Wolves in the middle on an attack off of the fingertips, and a 2 touches called right there. It's going to be 2 touches called on Allie Mason. Here they go. Service and an attack on the left from the Wolves, dug up easily by McKee. McKee and then Argyle just a little bit outside as she went cross court. She was located on the right and sent it all the way to the back left corner of North Sevier. Just a little outside. Bad. Here we go. Right over top of the tape. Annie Peart digs in the middle. McKee will go back to Argyle on the right. It will go into the net. And then here's a battle at the tape. Dug up by McKee. Great work. Clearance by Annie Peart. Right smack dab in the middle. Torgerson to Gracie. Gracie too close to the tape and in, and called for a lift. 17-11. Dixie Huffaker is going to come out, and Ambria Lutz will come in, and she will serve. As service there by Lutz, and then attack on the left side by the Wolves. Piece of it taken by Annie Peart. She's going to get the setup in the middle on the set by Darlene Peterson. That'll be a Bear Lake Realty kill off of the hands of Torgerson. Out of bounds, and a T7 propane in Woodruff timeout called. As We are at 18-11, and the Wolves elect to take a quick breather. Let's go ahead and take a breather ourselves here on 98.3 The Wildlife. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Atlas Home Health and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kyle Argyle, Bradley Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call today for more information. At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Here comes a rally by the Wolves as right at the battle at the tape, Darlene Peterson will rise above the front row and slap it over and hit the back right corner. While you were away, the North Sevier Wolves able to score off of a great kill there on the right side. We're going to be at 19-12. Here is Grohl. Grohl sends that one right over to the back line. Here's a setup in the middle for Gracie. Gracie is going to go and put that right out the back line. No one's going to touch it, and that will be points to Rich. They're at 20 currently. And an 8-point lead held by the Rich Rebels. Cassidy Grohl goes back to the back line and will go off of the fingertips there and a setup for Torgerson on the left. She'll go cross court and it will be too far out of bounds to the right. 21-12, your reading here on the station on main scoreboard. Cassidy Grohl putting in mad work there, serving, and like clockwork, I jinx her, and she puts it right into the net. I take personal responsibility for that one. It is going to be 21-13. Here come the Wolves with service taken there by Lamborn right on the back line, and then McKee will go cross set to Ellie Argyle. It's going to go too far out of bounds. Out the back line, a little bit too much muscle on that one. 21-14, your reading here. 0-0 in the set department. This time they'll go right to Grohl on the left side. McKee back to Argyle in the same spot. It's going to be dug up there by the Wolves, and then an attack on the left side, dug up by Argyle in the middle. Annie Peart at the 10-foot line. She'll put that one into the net. Just a little too quick, not able to get her footing. And that would limit her mobility to get up above the net, and it will go straight to it. 21-15. A little bit of a run now for the Wolves. Right to Lamborn, and then McKee in the middle, this time to Annie Peart. She has the height to do so, and it goes right back into the middle of the defense after being dug up by the Wolves. McKee this time will go to Argyle on the right. Argyle, it will be touched. What I thought was going to be touched, and there we go. We're going to have an overruling here on the judge on the tower. Quite easy for me to see up here, but it was difficult for the judge on the left side. They spoke about it, and the points will go to the Rich Rebels with a Bear Lake Realty kill by Ellie Argyle. She'll get subbed out, and Violet Taylor's going to come in. Taking over serving duties, she'll send it right over to the back line. Here comes an attack on the right side by the Sevier Wolves. And she'll go cross court. That is number 32 for the Sevier Wolves. Gracie Johnson goes to Grohl. And they'll go up to 16. 22-16. Here comes Gracie Johnson again, going back to Grohl, but this time a back set from McKee to Annie Peart. Good work by Annie. That'll go off of Gracie on the back line and hit the back wall for a Bear Lake Realty kill. 23-16 in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Annie sends it across the line, and it's going to be led to an attack by the Sevier Wolves. That's going to go out the back line and too far to the right. Set point coming up for the Rebels. If you're just joining us, Rich Rebels had a fantastic tournament. Here comes a set and an attack on the left side by Torgerson. Dug up by Violet Taylor on the back line. Now to the right for Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn, that's kept alive. Great work, and they're going to eventually call the Wolves into the net. Although that was a fantastic dig by Torgerson by the North Sevier Wolves. The eventual final score here is going to be 25-16. The first set will go to the Rich Rebels, handing the North Sevier Wolves another loss. So far in this tournament, they are 3-0 against the North Sevier Wolves. Let's go ahead, take one quick moment. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, if you're joining us here. The Richfield tournament has been fantastic for these girls to find a lot of chemistry. They're currently playing for third place in the bronze tournament after falling to the North Summit Braves earlier this morning. Your Rich Rebels now playing for third place in the bronze tournament up against the North Sevier Wolves. The Wolves have actually already played the Rebels earlier in this tournament and lost in 2 sets. And earlier, just recently, your Rich Rebels taking care of business and dropping the Wolves again in the first set here. Here comes service and an opening serve brought to you by Pam Cornea of Town & Country Realty. A attempted clearance by Torgerson is going to go way far to the left after a sequence back and forth between the Rebels and the Wolves. So the first points of the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, will go to the Rich Rebels. McKee goes straight to the left, and here comes a setup and a double hit there called on the Wolves. More specifically, they're going to call it right on Mason Swayze. On Swayze, here comes a service. Great one and reeled in by the Wolves. Swayze is going to go ahead and put it right back into the net, and very quickly, the North Sevier Wolves find themselves in a 3-0 deficit. North Sevier not too far away from Richfield, only about 20 minutes to the north in Salina. Here comes a setup in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker gets a piece of that one and sends it to the back right corner. Here comes an attack there from the Wolves. Dug up. McKee back set for Peterson on the left. Peterson's going to put that one into the net, not high enough. That will bring the first points to the Wolves. Welcoming you here on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com. Here is a service. Out of rotation is going to be called on the Wolves after Brooklyn Butler sends it up and over. Here we go, 4-1. And the ball will go back to Brittany Lamborn. Brittany Lamborn getting ready to serve. Service taken in the middle on the back line. An over return too close to the tape. It will go underneath the net, and that will be a Crawford Trough ace, officially in the record books for Brittany Lamborn. 5-1, your reading. Here it comes again to the left side, but this time it's going to go into the net for a service error. One of those things that has plagued the Rich Rebels a little bit during this tournament, especially against the Braves earlier today. Annie gets the serve, gets the reception, and then Darlene Peterson will rise in the middle on the logos here, and it will go out the back line. Kind of a little bit of a weird angle where we're located right now, as we are directly behind the North Sevier Wolves and we can't quite see the back line. Here's service again to Annie. Annie to McKee, and then Violet Taylor on the right. Easily dug up by Torgerson. Torgerson, and then an attack from the left. Here we go. 2 hits will be called. Didn't know who the 2 hits were called on. Well, the ball's staying with the Rich Rebels, so it will be a two-hit call on the Wolves. Ambria Lutz has checked in. She will serve. Taken on the back line there. And a setup in the middle for the Wolves. Hands up in the air, dug up on the back line by Lamborn. Lamborn and then Peterson. A double hit call will be called on McKee. Just kind of out of rhythm. Not able to get that one up on the left side of the court. It's going to be 6-4. Lutz will dig on the back end, and then McKee in the middle. Slapped at the 10-foot line by Brittany Lamborn. Here comes an attack on the left. And an attack there by Brooklyn Butler will go cross court and hit the back right corner. Back to serve for the Wolves. Pierce. Pierce sends it right over to Lutz. Lutz digs it well, and then McKee sends it back into the middle, and will be cleared over by Violet Taylor. Here comes the setup in the middle, and an attack from the Wolves over the front line, and then back to McKee. McKee sets up Annie. Annie sends it to the left side, but it's dug up there. Great work by the Wolves. McKee trying again, this time for Violet Taylor, far to the right. Violet Taylor sends it right at Gracie Johnson. Johnson able to dig that one up, but not high enough for anybody to get underneath it. That is a Bear Lake Realty kill for Violet Taylor. And a 2-point lead here in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. This time Hatch sends it up and over, really close to the tape. An attack on the right side by Gracie. Gracie, and a 2-hit call. Called on the Wolves. 8-5. Kaylee Hatch, very efficient from the serving line this year. She is close to leading the team in proficiency. Here they go. Off of the forearms there and almost out of bounds and cleared by Pierce. Brittany Lamborn on the back line, and then McKee setting up to the right for Violet Taylor. Violet sends it right at Torgerson in the middle. They'll go to the right side for an attack for North Sevier. Butler gets dug up, and then McKee tries to slap that one up and over. Here we go, and that will be a couple hits as awkward return, not necessarily awkward on the end of McKee, but awkward on the reception by the North Sevier Wolves. That will lead to points to Rich, as it will bounce off of 3 people in between the tape and the 10-foot line. They're going to take a timeout here. We'll keep it here. Quick breather for the North Sevier Wolves as they are in a deficit of 4 here in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Quickly back on to the court come the Wolves. They're coming off of a win 2-1 against Grantsville just moments ago before the set. All right, setting up again, and Kaylee Hatch gets the A-OK. Up and over it goes. It's taken there by Gracie. No, that's Pierce. Off of the forearms of Pierce, and a Bear Lake Realty, no, a Crawford Trough ace for Hatch. Double the points here, 10-5, as we've lost our official scoreboard out to the left. We've lost power, and we have stopped the game currently. Lucky for you joining us here on mylocalradio.com, you can still see it on the screen. 10-5, the Rich Rebels lead. And it looks like they fixed it pretty quickly. Here comes Hatch again. Hatch there. This time to Gracie, and then cleared over by Butler. McKee in the middle for Annie Peart. Annie tries to the right and diving bodies into the net. Great work to read the defense. Annie rises above and then puts it right in between the tape and the 10-foot line right next to the judge on the tower. That's going to be an 11-5 lead for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Hatch on a little bit of a roll, kept alive by North Sevier. No. into the net on the attempted third touch and clearance by Gracie Johnson. 12-5. Hatch again over and to the back line. Taken by Pierce. And then Johnson sends it on over. Out the back line. Too far. 13-5. And a 5-0 run by the Rich Rebels. Here they go. Hatch sends it on over to Pierce. Pierce then in a setup on the right there. Dug up easily by Rich. Here comes an attack from Violet Taylor off of the forearms of Torgerson. And down on the right side. 14-5. 6-0 run for the Rich Rebels. Kaylee Hatch doing fantastic. Sends a knuckleball to the back line and a setup to the left for Butler. Pancake dig for Hatch and a clearance by McKee in the middle. Here comes the attack in the middle by Torgerson. Torgerson sends it past Annie Peart and dug up by McKee. To the right, Violet Taylor sends it over the front line. Dug up there on the back. An attack off of the forearms, and it will be touched. Here we go. It's going to be called a tip on the Rebels, and points will go to the North Sevier Wolves. I believe that is the right call. As Annie Peart came up to contest, and that will finally put an end to the run. 14-6 will be your reading here in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. All right, number 12 for the Wolves, Kendall Brazel. Brazel will be sending this one over as soon as we get clearance, and we do. Service, right smack dab in the middle on the back line, high up in the air, and then cleared over by Lutz on the third touch. Here we go. Butler will set up Torgerson out on the left, and it will be a huge block by McKee and Peart. Epic recreation block, that is, and that is great work to rise above, put their hands right in the way, and send it right back onto the North Sevier side. 15-6. Violet Taylor will serve. Here we go. Here comes an attack by Torgerson in the middle. Dug up. 3 touches and bodies flying everywhere. It will go underneath the net after the attempt by Ambria Lutz. Points will go to the Wolves. 15-7. Torgerson sends that one right up and over, and McKee will set up Lamborn high and outside to the right. Dug up there. In the middle. Great placement there by the middle hitter, Allie Mason, to hit the back left corner on a kill attempt right past McKee and her outstretched arms. 8-15. The Wolves have the ball and will serve right to Hatch. Hatch way up into the rafters. Second touch and a third touch clearance by McKee after being reeled in. Butler in the middle. Right across the top of the tape, it will dance, and then here comes an attack from Annie Peart after the dig by Rich. To the left, here comes an attack by Torgerson. Torgerson will go into the net. 16-8 your reading. Ambria Lutz is going to come out, and Dixie Huffaker is going to come in. Senior Annie Peart to serve. Across the tape, dug up there on the back line. Third touch clearance. Violet Taylor on the back end. 10-foot line McKee in the middle for Huffaker. Dug up by North Sevier. Here comes their attack on the left side. Back to Violet Taylor. McKee this time to Lamborn on the right side. Down the line, dug up well by Pierce. McKee in the middle for Huffaker one more time. Dug up by Pierce. Battle at the net. Off of each other. Down onto the Rich side, and points will go to Sevier. Back to serve. Butler. Brooklyn for the Wolves. Dug up. A great Town of Woodruff dig by Violet Taylor. Back over to the Rich side. Here it goes. And attacked by Lamborn to the right. It was going to be a fantastic dig by Torgerson, but it will go underneath the net and will lead to even more fantastic Bear Lake Realty kill by Brittany Lamborn on the right side. Into the middle it goes. 17-9. McKee too far. Out the back end. 10-17. Service by Torgerson, and then here comes McKee after the reception to Darlene Peterson on the right. That will be right down the line, hitting the line on the right, and that will be points to Rich. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Darlene Peterson, the junior. Violet Taylor's going to come out. Ellie Argyle's going to come in. 18-10. You're reading here. Service out, and that will be great work there by the Rich Rebels, and specifically Brittany Lamborn, as it goes off of the forearms of the defender Torgerson and then hits the back line. That is the back wall behind North Sevier, 19-10. This time again, Torgerson digs up on the right and a setup to the left. Dug up there, and McKee will go to the right for Peart. Peart dug up by Mason. Back and forth. There's a battle at the net, and Peterson will go up. Slap that one up and over. Here comes Butler setting up her teammate in the middle. 2 hits called on the Wolves. Here comes service by Lamborn, is going to make Torgerson take a couple steps back, and then reception here. Here comes Darlene Peterson, and then into the net call. Your score is 20-11 currently at the moment. Back to serve for the Wolves, Allie Mason. Sends it right to Ellie Argyle on the right, and then they'll get the setup in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker, wow, great dig there by Mason. This time to Darlene Peterson. Peterson gets that ball dug up there by Butler, and it will be really close on the reception back into the tape, but those points will go to the Rich Rebels. Here we go, 21-11. Your reading here on the Station on Main scoreboard in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Mackenzie Smith sends that one over, makes the defender fall down off of her service, and a clearance there by Butler. Darlene Peterson will set up in the middle. Annie Peart. Annie will rise. Kept alive by the Wolves. Great work there as a slap over by Gracie Johnson right to Brittany Lamborn, and it'll go off of her awkwardly into the Rich Rebel bench. 21-12. Pierce sends it over to Lamborn, and then McKee in the middle there for Peart. Peart's going to go ahead and put that into the middle of the defense. Dug up. Torgerson will challenge. Underneath the net call. Underneath the net will be called on the Wolves, and we're going to be at 22-12. Shout out to the Rich Rebels for putting in some amazing volleyball work today. Here comes the third touch there by Pierce, and Pierce is going to go ahead and put it right at Lamborn. Lamborn tried to get underneath it and tried to use her legs to go up and above and get that thing back into play. Instead, it will bounce right off of her shoulder and out of bounds on the back line. 22-13. This time Smith will dig up right at the 10-foot line, and then McKee out to Argyle. Argyle, great attack, dug up well by North Sevier. Let's try this one again. Argyle in the middle for Peart this time. Peart gets dug up there by Pierce. Argyle again on the right. This one's going to go off of the forearms of Torgerson and into the antenna on the right. 23-13. Substitution as Ellie Argyle is going to come out. Violet Taylor will come in. We're about 2 points away from the end of the second set here. Thank you for joining us on 98.3 KADQ. Here comes Johnson, and she'll slap it off over after getting the set. Here comes McKee way out to Lamborn outside to the right. Offensive set here from Torgerson and North Sevier. One-handed touch and a block there. Here comes the Rebels to the right. Lamborn off of the front row and kept alive. In the middle, Torgerson sends it to Smith on the back right corner. Then McKee out to the right to Brittany Lamborn. Everyone's into the net, and a third touch clearance after miscommunication handled well. set up in the middle for Torgerson. It's going to be too far to the tape and a little awkward placement. Here we go, 24-13, and the ball will fall down onto the North Summit side. Match point as well as set point coming up. Violet Taylor to serve. Into the middle, taken by Pierce. Butler, dump set. This time, back set here from McKee to Peart. Dug up well. Here comes an attack on the left side by Torgerson. Torgerson to Smith. Argyle tries to get that one up and over on a dump set. Does not work. Everybody's near the tape right here. Out of bounds. That will be the end. After an attempted attack there. I apologize. Again, I am mistaken. It is the first one to 3. That is the second set. It will be taken by the Rich Rebels 25-13. Here we go. We'll take a quick break here on 98.3. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on mylocalradio.com as well as on KADQ The Wildlife.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston. Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Here we go, Rich Rebel fans. We're now into the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. That second set going to the Rich Rebels 25-13 with the help of multiple kills by Annie Peart and Dixie Huffaker. Ellie Argyle and Violet Taylor also getting some great time as Coach Lamborn has found the rotation that she really likes. These girls have done fantastic out here in Richfield, going toe-to-toe with some really fantastic teams. Just on the other end of the win-loss category a couple times. The North Summit game was fantastic and definitely closer than what the score would suggest, 3-0, as 2 of those sets they went into multiple set points. Here comes McKee over to the Wolves, and an attack on the Wolves on the left side, dug up by Violet Taylor. 2 hits there called by the judges on the North Summit Wolves, and there we go. The first points in the third set brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a champion cause. 1-0. Service way high in the air and a clearance there by Morin Blomertz. Here we go. Attack there by the Wolves, and Violet Taylor, great dive and a clearance by Annie Peart in the middle. Puts it into the soft spot of the defense and then slapped over. No, into the net by the attempt by Allie Mason. Near the 10-foot line and a 2-0 reading here. McKee and Company. I messed up her name, and there you go. She's going to mess up. She's going to put it into the net. That's my fault. My bad. Here you go. 2-1, your reading. Service by North Sevier to the right, and then a setup for Darlene Peterson a little too far outside, and then 2-2 before you know it. In the middle, Annie Peart takes it, and then McKee. Side set, cross set there for Huffaker. Huffaker puts a laser beam right off of the hands of Johnson, and that will go out of bounds into the stands for a souvenir if someone wants it. Nope, they're going to put it back onto the court. Yeah. Brittany Lamborn. Back to serve. They're up 1. She'll go right across the tape into the middle for Torgerson. Torgerson then will slap it up and over. McKee to the right for Violet Taylor. Diving attempt off of the fist of Gracie Johnson, but that will be a Bear Lake Realty kill after a great jumping attack on the right side by Violet Taylor. 4-2. Brittany Lamborn. Dug up by Johnson, and then an attack in the middle by Mason. Darlene Peterson will set up Violet Taylor outside to the right, and the exact same thing will happen, except this time Gracie Johnson was just a little bit higher on her feet, and it will go up above her head. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Violet Taylor. She's on fire so far in this set. Over return by North Sevier, and then under the net they will get called on. 6-2. Brittany Lamborn again up and over, out the back line. Good things can't last forever, and apparently that run was one of them. 6-3. Torgerson sends it over to Violet Taylor on the back right corner, and then back to Violet Taylor. Slaps it over on a diving dig by Torgerson. Outside to the left, an attack. Dug up by Lamborn on the back line, into the middle. Huffaker puts it right into the arms of Allie Mason for the block. It will go back onto the Rich side, and that one didn't quite have a lot of mustard on it, and Mason's able to put that right back onto Huffaker. Torgerson to Annie Peart in the middle. McKee this time, and Darlene Peterson and Huffaker kind of exchange glances, but eventually get that one up and over. Huffaker and then McKee to the right for Violet Taylor. Dug up, and here comes an attack there by Gracie Johnson. Darlene Peterson will get called for an into the net call. 6-5. Service taken in the middle by Peart. McKee in the middle for Huffaker, setting up on the Rebel logo. To the right it goes, and off of the fist of Bloomertz. 7-5. Back to serve Ambria Lutz. She took out Huffaker on substitution. Butler in the middle, and here comes an attack there. On the back line, great eye by Brittany Lamborn. She watches that go out the back line by about a couple inches. 8-5, you're reading. Ambria Lutz will stay in her spot serving-wise. Over the top of the net, and eventually dancing atop the net, out of bounds, touching the antenna off of the attempted return by Torgerson and Johnson. Points for Rich, 9-5. Lutz sends it to Butler in the middle. Here comes an attack and a rise up from Pierce. And then we get a whistle from the left side judge. That will be an under the net call. That's happened a few times for North Sevier. 10-5. Torgerson in the middle there, and an attack from Johnson into the net. 4 touches. And North Sevier just seems to have quite a few mental errors that are really prohibiting them from making a little bit of a run here in this game. They're incredibly talented and working together great. It's just a few of these calls have really stopped their momentum from coming back. 11-5 is going to be the score, with your Rich Rebels up by 6. Lutz sends it up and over right to Torgerson. Here they go. Here comes Darlene Peterson out to the right for Violet Taylor. Violet Taylor slaps it up and over. An attack in the middle by the Wolves, dug up easily by McKee, and then Peterson touches it, and then clearance by Taylor. Here comes an attack from Mason in the middle, and Annie Peart will just go ahead and put it in the back right corner, and it would have been points if they would have let it roll, but then they're going to go ahead and put it call into the net. North Severe will get called. 12-5. Quite a bit of a roll. Ambria Lutz sends it over again, this time to Torgerson. An attack there, out the back line from the left by Johnson. Johnson goes cross court and it will go out of bounds. Now your Rich Rebels are on quite the roll now. Torgerson on the back line receives, and then to the left again to Johnson. Johnson this time will find pay dirt as it bounces off the top of the tape to the right. It will hit Ambria Lutz and go out of bounds. (13-6). Butler to Lamborn in the middle. McKee setting up Annie Peart smack dab on the logo. Puts a laser beam right at Torgerson. Butler sends that one over off of the rebound of Torgerson. Now Violet Taylor on the right. Back to Torgerson. She's very solid. Johnson. Darlene Peterson, and then an attack by Violet Taylor. Just too many holes in the defense as people were flying all over the place. 14-6. Grohl has come in and replaced Darlene Peterson. Grohl into the net. It just seemed to come off of her hand a little bit awkwardly. Cameron Pierce. Easy serve off of her right hand, out to the left and fielded by Lutz. McKee in the middle to the right for Violet Taylor. She's been fire in this set and a very real candidate for the precision player of the game. Here comes Violet Taylor, service. Third touch, clearance by Johnson. Back over to Taylor on the back line. McKee in the middle, back set there for Annie Peart. Down the line, and it will touch inbounds. Oh, out of bounds. Out of bounds as it was very, very close. It was going to be a very fantastic read by Peart, but she puts it just too far out of bounds to the left. Service by Johnson to Grohl, and then McKee in the middle, cross serve, cross set for Brittany Lamborn off of the top of Torgerson, out of bounds and into the bench of North Severe. 16-7? No, 16-8 is your reading. Annie Peart jumping serve right up and over the top, received by Johnson in the middle. Here comes Torgerson on the left. McKee digs that one up and sets it over there for Lamborn. That's going to hit the back right corner. Inbounds, and a Bear Lake Realty kill for Brittany Lamborn. Annie Peart to serve. Wow, that was quite the knuckleball. Over return, and Dixie Huffaker can't quite capitalize on that one as she gets kind of razzed by her teammates a little bit about it. 17-9. There you go, Torgerson out of bounds, too far out the back line on her service. 18-9, double the points here. The Rich Rebels are up by double here in the third set. Brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a champion cause. McKee will serve, and that will be a Crawford Trough ace. That thing will dive right in front of Johnson. Crawford Trough ace, and 19-9, your reading. This time to Johnson. That won't take a dive, and that will go up and over. Double hits called on the setter for North Severe. That's Marin. 20-9. Back to Johnson from the service from McKee. Here we go. It's going to be tipped. Violet Taylor probably could have let that one go out of bounds, but she attempted to rally that one in. It will go to her detriment, and now it's going to be 10-20. Service by the Wolves goes out the back line. 21-10. Violet Taylor's going to come out. Ellie Argyle will come in. Brittany Lamborn sends it to Torgerson on the ride, and it's kept alive, and then a third touch clearance in the middle on the 10-foot line. Here's McKee at the 10-foot line, back set for Darlene Peterson to the left. It's going to get blocked and sent right back over to the North Sevier side. Great recovery. Attack by Mason. McKee keeps it alive, and Darlene Peterson sets up Ellie Argyle to the right. 2 hits will be called on the Rich Rebels. That's going to be called on Darlene Peterson. 21-11, a 10-point lead for the Rich Rebels. Torgerson sends it right to Peart on the back line and smack dab in the middle, and a setup for Huffaker. Huffaker sends that laser beam down but kept alive and dug up. Here you go, McKee setting up Argyle to the right. Argyle will get blocked but sent back over. Great recovery. In the middle, here comes Mason. She tries to put it at Annie Peart to the right. Kept up in the air. Argyle this time above the front line and down. Torgerson couldn't get there in time to replace the vacant defender on the back right corner. 22-11. Here comes Mackenzie Smith. Third touch slap over by Johnson out the back line, too far. 23-11, 2 points away from the end of this set and the end of this match for the Rich Rebels. Smith over into the middle at the 10-foot line. Johnson, and then back set there for Mason. Too far to the left, out of bounds. Here is match point coming up for the Rich Rebels. Smith sends it over to Johnson, and then in the middle, she'll get the setup to the left. It will be off of the forearms of Annie Peart and out of bounds. Great work from Johnson. She'll go out of bounds. No, she'll stay here. Service by Butler right to Brittany Lamborn, smack dab in the middle of the back line. Set up for Ellie Argyle. Touched. And that will be the end. That thing went cross court and it will be touched by North Sevier. That will be the end of the game. That's going to be a 25-12 win in the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Thank you for joining us here on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com. We'll take a quick break, go over a little bit of the highlights as part of our post-game show brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, and we will let you go on this beautiful Saturday. Thank you for joining us here in Richfield. This has been Cody Olson. Let's go ahead and take one more step aside. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Final score on the Station on Main scoreboard here in Richfield as the Rich Rebels take third place in the bronze tournament. Coming up, we'll bring you the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as part of our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We're going to go ahead and thank Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. They found success, taking the third place in the bronze tournament here in Richfield after upending North Sevier on a 3-0 win here this afternoon on a Saturday. Some of the highlights today, we're going to cover this highlight by Kaylee Hatch. The Rich Rebels able to go on a 8-0 run to really solidify dominance in this match, spearheaded by Kaylee Hatch as she was serving, very proficient at the serving line. Also, multiple kills by Violet Taylor and Ellie Argyle as they were set up on the right side here, just relentless as they attack the North Sevier defense. Violet Taylor is going to end up with about 7 kills today, and she was fantastic, being a underclassman coming in and helping out this team. That has been our highlights, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. Coming up next, we'll visit the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. But before then, let's go ahead and dip into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh. This is Jimmy John's out of Evanston and Rock Springs, where fresh and fast meat every day, delivering gourmet sandwiches every time. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Just really honest to goodness, Rich came out and put on a pretty disciplined showing, taking sets 1 through 5 around the same level of dominance in the volleyball department. It is 25-12, 25-15, and then 25-13. Great work by the Rich Rebels. Great work by Kaylee Hatch with the great serving aces. Brittany Lamborn with a few today as well. Mostly Ellie Argyle and Violet Taylor getting some great work in varsity time and putting a resume together as to why they are so valuable on this team. 3 sets, all 3 going to the Rich Rebels. That's been the end of the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Let's take one more break, and then we'll end it here, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to our final segment of the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Special thanks to Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. This precision play of the game brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. The precision play of the game will go to the multiple kills given for the benefit of the Rich Rebels by Ellie Argyle as well as Violet Taylor. I was thoroughly impressed with these girls and how they were able to put some great just film out there on them, and they were able to, as outside hitters, as well as keeping things under wraps on the back line. Just fantastic work, and multiple times they were able to read the defense of North Sevier, put down a laser beam or lob something over the top. That has been the precision play of the game, and that has been brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. While we're on the subject, the player of the game will go to Violet Taylor, the sophomore, as she really put in some amazing film and was incredibly reliable throughout the majority of the Richfield tournament. And she let it be known that she is a force to be reckoned with, even on the outside. And just so fun to watch these girls come out and compete, and Violet Taylor's going to get the nod for the player of the game today. That has been the end of our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. As you've listened to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com. Thank you for joining us. This has been Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, saying have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you for supporting the Rich Rebels and all that they do, as well as mylocalradio.com. And until then, until we meet again next week for games for football against Monticello and a volleyball game against Manila, until then, have a wonderful day and go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.